All right, this is going to be a quick little video on greasing and lubricating the chassis on a Scag mower. This is a Scag Turf Tiger 61. This is going to apply to a lot of different models. So the main thing you want to do is make sure you're greasing every grease point on this machine. That's going to help prolong the life of this thing. And as you can tell, this is an older machine. This is from the late 90s, and there is not a thing wrong with it. So take care of your machine, and they will last and last and last. You pay high dollar for these Scag, and that's why. If you take care of them, they'll last. So greasing points, I'm going to walk around here and I'm just going to point them out. You guys are probably going to know most of these, but there's one or two that you might not, so pay attention. So it's essentially the same on both sides. You got one here at the top of that spindle. You got one on the axle itself. It can be on either side. This one's on this side. The one on the other side is on the outside. The deck lift points, there are 4 points. Each one of them has a grease fitting. See that down there? There's one here. There's one here. And at the same places over there, all 4 sides. You've also got one over here on the brake lever. Now again, a lot of these jump right out at you. There are a couple up underneath of the thing. These are the ones that might get you in trouble that you might not even know are here. So there's a few of them up under here. At the back of the deck, you can see a gob of grease right here. There's one there. There's an identical one over there. You can see the grease loaded up on it. There's one on your drive shaft, at the front of the drive shaft. And then there's one on each of the universal joints of the drive shaft. So there's one there. There's one back here on this universal joint. While you're up under here, there's also one right there on this shaft, this pulley. So those are the ones that either you know about or are easy to learn about. There are 2 of them on this thing that you'll never know if somebody doesn't tell you about or if you don't read your manual. There is one at each of the brake assemblies. So you almost have to take the wheels off, and you probably really should. So at the front of the brake assembly where the brake linkage works, on that one and as well over here, it's on the front of the machine. And I hate taking the wheels off of these things if I don't have to. So if you know they're there, you can reach for them, reach around for them, and sometimes you can even sort of see them in the slots. Let's see, on this one I could see the nipple just barely. Where was it? And I was able to reach my gun around. If you're reaching for it and you know what you're reaching for, you know what you're feeling for, you sort of feel up under there and you can snake your gun around. Otherwise, you're going to have to pull the wheels off. And once you pull the wheels off, you'll see the grease fitting. It sort of jumps right out at you. It's on the linkage on the brakes. So those are essentially all the grease fittings. Now, there's a lot of metal to metal on this machine that doesn't have any grease fitting, but you want to lubricate it. So areas like this latch here, now I'm going to take my oil can, just old school pump oil can, and I'm going to walk around here, and everywhere that's metal to metal, right here is a contact point, right here this is a pivot point, this spring, I'm just going to sort of lubricate that spring a little bit, especially on the front and back of the spring where the thing might chafe. I'm going to put a little bit on these threads. Anywhere metal to metal. The hinge of your seat, there's no grease fitting there, but that definitely could use some lubrication. So the hinge of the seat, anything else up under there, those little springs for the seat suspension, the springs need lubricated, those little buttons there. Anywhere that metal touches metal, go ahead and put a little drop of oil and you'll be glad you did. I hope I helped you with this one, guys. If you're looking for other helpful videos on this machine, I just made another video showing about the engine service on it. I got a lot more detailed in that one. Click the subscribe button to see all the videos I make on this machine and other stuff out here in the shop. If you like this video, click that thumbs up button. I hope I helped you, and until the next time, keep on tinkering.